case is on the matter of gun control, and why, although there are already gun control laws, why it should be tightened. America's gun control laws are the loosest in the developed world. Its rate of gun-related homicide is the highest. And out of the world's 23 rich countries, the U.S.'s gun-related murder rate is 20 times that of the over 22 countries. Between 1982 and 2012, there have been 62 mass shootings, and 49 of those alone were used by legal weapons. That means that these people were able to obtain these weapons legally. However, I'm sure that this could have been prevented, or at least the amounts of death reduced, if the laws on obtaining guns were more strict. For example, universal background checks, meaning that everyone who applies for possession of a gun must have medical histories, criminal records checked, and they should also be long enough for a mandatory wait period to have these things done. It does sound reasonable, however, there are those that protest this. Their main argument is that it's a violation of the Second Amendment. Well, the Second Amendment reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This is what it states. However, when people usually argue this, they don't put in the fact that the Supreme Court of the U.S. also ruled that the right isn't unlimited, and it doesn't prohibit all regulation of firearms and devices. So basically, that argument's already been quelled since it's not a violation of the Second Amendment. Going back to the mass shootings, half of all mass shootings are done with these high-capacity automatic rifles, and because they're allowed to be in possession of anyone who really desires it. For what reasons, I can't understand, because usually their argument is that you need firearms in self-defense, but you don't need these, for a gun like that, a gun like an M16, just for occasions of self-defense. These guns are guns that will probably end up accidentally killing other people, because those rounds will go through other walls and then probably end up injuring someone on the other side. Logically, only handguns should be allowed to be distributed, which is the case in some states by state law, but not in all states, which is an issue. Gun control laws are not made to take away guns from people. They're made to save lives and keep guns away from the bad people.
Okay, so the Second Amendment stated, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, like Sean said. And I think expanding background check requirement makes no sense as a response to mass shootings, because these crimes typically either have past background checks or could do so because they do not have disqualifying criminal records. So some of these people that already have guns that could do mass shootings, they already have had a background check, so there's no point in making more. Expanding background check requirement disarms millions of people who pose no threat to others, yet they are forbidden to own guns because they've used illegal drugs, overstayed a visa, or have felony records. Yes.
You said that it disarms millions of people, but the only people that really should have possession of guns are the people that are qualified to have it. It's not disarming them. It's just extra measures to keep it away from the people who shouldn't have guns.
But so you're saying that the people that already have guns shouldn't have guns?
I'm saying that background checks, they're a measure to keep it away from other bad people. It's not disarming people. It's just making it stricter to be able to obtain guns, so it's not as easy, for example, I don't know, like Sandy Hook shooting or things like that.
Okay, well, some of these people that do have criminal records, they haven't done any harm to hurt people, and they still don't get guns. And 90% of murders occur with illegal guns, so adding reasonable gun control measures wouldn't affect that. Criminals will still find a way to get these guns and perform crimes. And just because some Americans choose to misuse guns, not all do, and the people that don't misuse guns, it's not fair to them to have to go through all of these things they just want to protect themselves, and to have to go through all these background checks and all these measures to get guns, it's like a hassle for them. And yes.
So the people that, I don't think that, so usually it only takes 6 days for someone to have all their records checked and things and to obtain a gun. I don't think it's, I mean, it might be a hassle, but it's worth it if it's protecting lives.
Okay, so if gun laws and gun control laws go up, then some of these criminals will start selling them at gun shows and things like this, and they will buy them legally, but then they will go around and sell them illegally, which will just cause the black market for guns to go up.
All right, that's the first speaker.